What is going on, YouTube people? New York Cards and Comics here today for a monster PSA return. Very excited about this one. A lot of cool cards in here. Some stuff I'm going to keep. Some stuff I'll be moving. But a lot of fun stuff. This might be my best PSA submission ever. It went really, really well. This is technically a 21 card order. We'll be going over 20 cards. There will be a follow-up video where we will be covering this bad boy, if it wants to autofocus up. This, formerly a PSA 6. I cracked it out. I did a video on cracking it out, the whole 9 yards. Snuck it in with this order to see how it would regrade. This one we'll be doing a full separate video on, so look forward to that soon. Probably be up early next week. Probably put this up on Friday, and then record that over the weekend and do that early next week sometime. So let's go ahead and get into this. So this is going to be air quotes 20 cards because we're leaving that one out because it deserves its own talk. Fun stuff in here. Some of this was Topps Chrome from the boxes that I ripped from the National. Some Lorcana in here. Some PC stuff in here. And the biggest takeaway from this was a lot of these cards, not a lot, but a handful of the larger cards in here, I bought raw on eBay. And they ended up getting PSA 10s, a decent number of this. So, not spoilers, I guess. But first up, Manny Ramirez, 1999 Upper Deck MVP Superscript. Fantastic looking card. And we got the PSA 10. Gorgeous card. Gorgeous silver signature there. And this is numbered to 25. This is a pop 2 at this point. I looked, there was one other one on the population report. This picked up raw. Bought this raw on an eBay auction. Got it in hand and said, this card looks really clean. And sent it on in and we snagged the good old PSA 10. So really happy with that one. This is a really cool card. And to get that in a PSA 10, buying a 90s insert raw on eBay is wild. Next up, national pickup. This is the Ghost Spider Platinum Portraits. And I acquired this via trade. One of the deals that I made, I was walking around and someone had a Gambit Platinum Portrait raw for a really good price that I picked up for a really good deal at a random table. Took that plus cash and traded for this. Thought this looked pretty clean as well. Sent it in, and these are very tough grades. Those are all cutouts. It's all sorts of nonsense in there. And we also got the PSA 10. Thrilled with this one. Never really thought I would own one of these. They're kind of pricey, and I like the card, but I don't love it as some of her other stuff because they really don't display super well, but it is a really cool card. But I just kind of ran into one at a good deal. But then, like I said, I thought it looked really good. I don't know what my camera is doing today, but it wants to fight me. Thought it looked really clean and sent it on in, and she got the 10. So very thrilled with that one as well. So those two will be going into the PC. Those will not be going anywhere. Next up, this is from Topps Chrome. One of the cards that I opened on Topps Chrome. This is Gabriel Moreno. This is the Magenta Speckle. This got a PSA 9, and this is numbered out of 350. So probably break even on that one if I am lucky. So we'll put the 9s, the non-10s over here. Next up, we got another, this is another Magenta Speckle. This is a Riley Green rookie card. This one got the PSA 10, also numbered out of 350. Kind of a bad time to be getting most of this baseball back, but what are you going to do? This order, I should note, this was sent in late August. I believe it took almost exactly 60 days to get this order back. Next up, we got a J-Rod. I got a couple of J-Rods in here, so I'm not sure which one this is. This is the Green Wave. So Rookie Cup, non-rookie year. Green Wave. This is out of 99. A little color match action there, kind of. A little bit. Cool looking card. And we got the PSA 10 on this one as well. I think these go, I don't remember what this goes for. Maybe $100 in a PSA 10. Some of this stuff I priced out, some I didn't. Another J-Rod. This one, I believe, is the SP that I hit. Probably, in all honesty, one of the better singles that I pulled. Yep, it's the SP. And this got a PSA 10 as well. Gorgeous card. This is a great looking card. If you are a big J-Rod fan, this is definitely a really nice PC card. Lot of shine on there, as EliteCo likes to say. I thought this looked really clean when I pulled it, so I wasn't super surprised that snagged the 10. We got a Josh Young. This is just a base refractor, I believe. Yeah, I'm sorry, Josh. PSA 10 refractor. Next up, we got some Adley inserts. These are both the same cards. This is the Titans insert. This is one, these were borderline on whether I should send these or not. And that's not necessarily due to condition, but I had a feeling the resale value on these would come down. At the time that I sent them, they were going for about $50 in a PSA 10. And I needed, this was at the time where you needed 20 cards to reach the order minimum. And I was kind of stretching to get to the 20. So I figured, I was like, well, I guess I'll throw in a couple of these. Now, luckily, you know, this got a PSA 10. And this one got a PSA 10. But these only go for like $30 now, if you're lucky. So after grading fees and everything, and eBay fees, if I move these on eBay, I'll be lucky to maybe make a couple bucks on these. So, you know, that's going to happen sometimes. You try to time stuff, and because of the turnaround time delay, I'll probably, like I said, worst case, I'll probably break even on those. It was $19 a card to grade it. I pack pulled these, so I'll probably make just a couple bucks profit on it. Manny Ramirez, this is a SPX autograph. I forget which. This I bought raw on eBay. I thought it looked pretty good. I just kind of wanted to get it slabbed up because of the auto. It did get an 8. I didn't necessarily think this would 10. I kind of thought that it was a 9. I don't know that I see why it got the 8 per se. I didn't see anything super crazy on this. Once again, I really don't care that much. I mean, obviously it would have been awesome if it was a PSA 10, but you know, the 8 to the 9, I could kind of care less. The main reason why I bought this particular card is the autograph is clean. On a lot of these, his autograph tends to be a little streaky sometimes. And this is one of the ones that I found that had a pretty clean auto on it. So I am perfectly fine with this in a 10 or in an 8 rather. The other thing too is that the PSA label actually looks really good with this card. One of the few cards that the PSA label is actually a benefit. Luca, this is from Chronicles. I bought this card raw forever ago, and it had just kind of been sitting around, never really did anything with it. I thought that it looked clean, but it like never made sense in whatever submission I was sending off because of like the year restriction or just whatever the case might be. And this one got a 10. I always really like this. This is a cheap rookie. I think this is like $70 maybe in a PSA 10. I always like the design of these. This is Chronicles. Like I said, this is the throwback to the old score set. I just always really liked the way that this card looked. I just thought it was clean. It's cheap. And it just reminded me of collecting cards as a kid, the design. So I think I'm actually going to hold on to this one. I don't think I'm going to sell this. I mean, I have the Luca Blue, like a $70 Luca rookie is kind of whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll move it. But once again, I just kind of always really liked the way that card looked. Not flashy, just nice and clean. Another Adley insert. This is the Future Stars. And we still have some absolute bangers coming. This rinse and repeat what I said on the Titans. Probably shouldn't have sent this in. These were going for $40, $50 at the time of the submission. I think they're down to like 30 now. This one also got a PSA 10. So nice looking card, but just not super, super valuable. Looks like we got a little bit of Lorcana coming up here. And then we are saving the best couple for last 3 or 4 cards in this are really, really big. That MVP superscript is a pretty massive one. I'm really happy with that grade. We got a Lorcana. I don't remember which one this is. This is the Enchanted. This one caught the 9. These are 1 and 2 or 3 boxes. These are pretty tough to hit. This is basically their alt art. I will probably add no value to this card in a 9. We'll probably sell for the same as raw. I think these are going for like 175-ish raw or in a 9. So they did really nice effect on these. They look great in hand. But got the PSA 9 on that one. Next up, we have a Elsa Spirit of Winter non-foil. But this is the, I'm blanking on the rarity symbols now at the moment. It's higher than a rare. I don't remember if it's, I think that might be a legendary, the little gold thing there. The box that I ended up opening of Lorcana ended up being really, really good. Like I hit a lot. I hit the Enchanted. I hit this. We hit this foil Mickey, the Wayward Sorcerer. I think this is a super rare. So that's one of the cold foils. See the foiling on there. Back out a PSA 10. One more Lorcana card. I think this is the Rapunzel. Yeah. Once again, another really good hit from that box, as this card is, I think, the most expensive card of the base cards. This is the Rapunzel gifted with healing. This goes for a little over $100 or around $100 on a PSA 10. It's about $40 raw, give or take. Not a huge markup on graded Lorcana singles from what I noticed looking at comps after the fact. All right, we got 4 left, and they are some bangers. Next up, the Spencer Jones. This is the Speckle auto. I hit this redemption out of Bowman, sent it in for the redeemed it instead of selling the redemption. Got the card back. I thought it looked pretty decent. I thought maybe the centering would keep it from, made it like a borderline 9-10. Everything else looked pretty good, and PSA can be a little lenient with centering sometimes. And so we sent this bad boy off and got the 10. Great looking card. His auto is a little streaked there, which I looked at these. It appears like he likes to streak that J on the Jones. I think these go for about $400 or $500 in a PSA 10. I am going to move this most likely, but I am going to hold it until the spring. I don't know that it makes sense to try to sell this card right now. I think it's better off to wait until the spring and see if he gets a little hot in spring training and then move it. He had a pretty good season last year. He is a very, very popular prospect, and he absolutely crushes the baseball, and it's a great looking card. I'm a big fan of the Speckles, and that is out of $299. So once again, you could, when I said earlier that this is one of my best PSA subs ever, you could see, these are all 10s. This is the 9 or less pile. We got the 9 Simba. I put kind of the bangers over in that pile. That Ghost Spider should be in there too. Like I said, there's some absolute monster cards in here. This Ghost Spider in a PSA 10 is probably $1,500-ish card, most likely. I should note, I forgot to notice at the beginning, I actually got upcharged on this order. I got upcharged on the Ghost Spider. I got upcharged on this next card, and I got upcharged on one other card that we haven't seen yet. Remember, this was at $500 declared value, $499 declared value that I sent this in at. So this one was a justifiable upcharge. They upcharged me to regular service on this one, which was the $75 mark, I believe. On this one, they upcharged me to the $40 level. This is the Sadie Sink Stranger Things auto. This is her first autograph card, and I got upcharged on it, so you could probably guess. PSA 10. This is another one. I bought this raw on eBay. I thought I've had this card in a grading pile forever. Once again, there was just never an area of opportunity to send it in because the specials that they were running were either sports related or some other nonsense, and there wasn't ever a good time to send it in non-sport. So it has been sitting in a card saver for months. As soon as I got this card, I thought that it was really, really clean. The centering was all really good. Corners were all really good. So I was not surprised that this got a 10. But we got the Sadie Sink Stranger Things auto. Once again, one of the few cards that actually looks really good with a PSA label. We got the red and the white border and the red and the white label. So love Max Mayfield, one of my favorite characters from Stranger Things, along with Eddie and Dustin and Steve. Picked this one up raw. I think I got this for a couple $100. So like I said, I did get bumped up on the upcharge on this. This was the only one that I was kind of questioning, where I'm like, is this really a $500 card? I couldn't find any great comps on it, but raw, I'm guessing where they got me is raw versions of this card, I think, go for $350 to $400 now. So they're probably like, if it's $300 to $400 raw and a PSA 10, it's going to be more than that. So it is what it is. But we got the upcharge on this one as well. Nice clean auto on that too. I'm not real big on grading the autos. I just don't think it makes a ton of sense. We'll save that one for last. Next, Evan Mobley Contenders Optic Auto. Bought this raw on eBay. Got it in. I was picking these up when they were in at auction, just when when they looked like they were going for a little too cheap. I don't remember what I paid for this. I think like maybe 75 or $100. I don't remember. Got it in. I thought it looked pretty clean. Optic Contenders can be a tough grade. Centering is off on a lot of them, and a lot of them have surface issues. But we nailed this one as well. Big old PSA 10. This is a pop 2, I believe. There was like 20 graded. There was like 15 or 16 9s and 2 10s, along with a couple others on the pop report. I think maybe it was either pop 2 or pop 4. So it might have been pop 4. Regardless, the pop count definitely skews way towards the 9s. So these are pretty tough to nab in a 10. I have cards similar to this in MySlabs, but this is my only PSA 10. So really thrilled with that one. Great looking shine. And this is the variation as well on this. I really like the Contenders rookie ticket on card autos. So really happy with that one. Really cool card. Last but not least, the other upcharge. Been talking about this card forever. The CJ Strad first look Panini Instant Auto. I was 1 away from jersey number on this one. 6 out of 391. If I got upcharged on it, nailed the 10. Wasn't sure on this one because I did not take it out of the mag. I sent this in the Panini mag that it gets sent to you in. Looked it over as best I could through the mag. Thought it looked pretty clean. Generally speaking, instant autos or instants and tops now and stuff like that grade fairly well. I have seen some low grades on these. This currently going for a little over $2,000. This was the other one that I got upcharged on. Like I said, they upcharged me to the $75 level on this one. 100% justifiable. If I got the 9, I would not have gotten upcharged. But I got the 10. When I sent it in, it was borderline. The 10 was not selling for this much. I think it was going for like $800 or $900. Over the last couple of months, obviously he's broken out and just absolutely crushed the league. So this is shot up in value. And the whole thing with this was when Panini put this out was when all the who's exclusive, who's not stuff was kind of leaking out. People were kind of talking about that Strad was going to be exclusive. So I took a hunch that this would be his only rookie auto in a Texans uniform, and it paid out. It was one of those times where my gut was telling me, you know what, this is worth the risk. This card was $300 when it went up on Panini's website. I spent $75 to grade it, and they're currently going for $2,200-ish, give or take. So really, really pleased with this one. And now becomes the, do I hold it or do I sell it? I should move off of it. There is that interesting angle of, could this be his only rookie auto ever? And there's only 391 of them, along with 10 golds and maybe a 101. So there's under or right around 400 rookie autos of CJ Strad, period, full stop, in a Texans uniform. Don't know. I'll probably end up moving this one because a lot of this other stuff, like, this is like the banger pile. The Strad auto, the Mobley, I want to keep. The Sadie Sink, I want to keep. The Ghost Spider, I want to keep. The Spencer Jones, I'll sell, but probably in the spring. And the Manny Ramirez, I am keeping. So all the big cards in this order, other than these two, I am most likely hanging on to. Like, those are all going in the PC. These two will probably get sold off at some point. This one probably sooner rather than later. We'll see. I've actually already had a couple people inquire about this card that knew that it had it go out the grading. And then, you know, this whole pile and this whole pile, other than the Manny Ramirez, wherever that ran off to, the Manny Ramirez 8, I will be keeping. Everything else here will be going up for sale. None of these are going to be like massive W's. Like most of those Lorcana cards go for 80 or 90 bucks slabbed. So pretty good based off of the $19 grading fee. So absolutely smashed this order. Out of the 20 cards that we showed, we got, what did I get? 17 PSA 10s. So 17 out of 20. Pretty good. Very, very happy with this. And like I said, some absolutely monster cards in this one for me anyway. And then we got the mystery one. We'll talk about that one next week. I used to be a PSA 6. I didn't think it was a PSA 6. So I cracked it and sent it in. If you search PSA 6 on the channel, you will see the video where I cracked this out and looked it over. And like I said, it ended up getting sent in this order. We'll do the reveal on that grade next week. That's all I got for you, boys and girls. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.